So it's one thing for us to talk about, the manifestation and how, the mind is all, right? For those of us that are spiritual, for those of us who like, the metaphysical topics and things. And then, obviously being careful about the things that you bring forth, because whether you are doing it intentionally or whether you are aware of or not, you're always manifesting things. And, I'm saying this because I'm going somewhere with it. The state and condition of our communities, I'm pretty much talking about black folks. um I like to use the word indigenous because that I believe that is a more appropriate term to describe us. um but without going too far off topic. um it's one thing to incorporate the spiritual, parts of our existence. And I'm continuously talking about that because it is very important, especially for people and some people who have evolved consciously. But what about the people who haven't? And even considering those of us who have evolved consciously, what do we, how do we support the people who are not at a certain level consciously? And for the people who are not aware, whether it's people in other countries or the people here in our communities, black folks in our communities, who are suffering at the hands of people who are racist and the people who absolutely despise and hate our people. Just because you're spiritual doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to prevent or stop people from oppressing and attacking and doing hateful things to people who are black, who absolutely hate us. So the awareness and having the tools, I'm going to continue to encourage us to have the tools. It's very important to have the tools, even though we're so spiritual and we're such compassionate people and we're such loving people, to don't be caught in a way because you're so spiritual or you're so loving and you're so compassionate as a human being and as a person, to where somebody is able to take advantage of that and then hurt you, because then you're walking and living in a world thinking that because of my area, my existence, and because of the work that I may have done, or because of my fortunes. A lot of us are fortunate, and we're fortunate to have certain resources, but it doesn't change the fact of the matter that in well-to-do places or even in impoverished places, there are still people in our communities who are being targeted and being attacked. So we need to keep that in mind, and also to make sure that we do have the tools if the situation shall present itself.